It was an early start on a Monday morning when we departed Adelaide on our way to Queensland. After about 2.5 hours in the air, the Queensland coast came into sight, and it wasn't long until we were touching down in Coolangatta on the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is probably the main tourist destination in Australia. There's miles of beautiful beaches there and also lots of theme parks and other touristy things to do. While we were waiting for our room to be ready, we went for lunch and grabbed Japanese. This was the view from our balcony. I didn't really film much in the room, but needless to say it was very comfortable. There's lots of high-rise there on the beach. It is a great place for a holiday. Where we stayed in Coolangatta is a bit quieter than the main hub of the Gold Coast. It's very easy to get around and it's fairly peaceful there. I also introduced Dawn and Ananda to Aussie salt and vinegar chips, which Ananda seemed to like. This is one of the foods I do miss in Thailand. I'm yet to find really good salt and vinegar chips here.
Is that good? What do you think? Tried one last night.
While we were there, we went to one of the theme parks, Seaworld. Ananda's the only one in our family who isn't scared of heights, so neither Orn nor I are really into rides. But we did catch quite a few live shows at Seaworld.
Here to join in. Hey,
They've got April!
guys, thank goodness! A little help here!
As well as lots of marine animals.
I thought that was a surfing board. I thought it was a surfing board. That's the one that's something.
There's also a seal show which was quite entertaining. Dolphin show which was educational as well as entertaining. Deep sea prehistoric marine life exhibition. And also a jet ski show. We also did a bit of sightseeing. We went to Tambourine Mountain, which is about 30 minutes north of where we stayed. Got some beautiful lookouts. Also views over the Gold Coast and some beautiful rainforest and waterfall areas. There's lots of tracks through the rainforest that you can walk on. And if you're lucky, you might even see some Australian wildlife.
Have you discovered any Easter eggs yet?
These are Australian brush turkeys. They spend their days foraging in leaf litter. They also build huge nests to incubate their eggs of leaf litter that are up to 3 meters across. Sometimes they build these in people's gardens.
We don't know. First time here.
This was one of the trails that we walked to the waterfall Curtis Falls. The tracks were well laid out and very easy to walk on, and it was very beautiful in the rainforest.
Life.
As I mentioned earlier, there's miles of beautiful beaches on the Gold Coast and also lots of walking and bike trails there. We did quite a few walks while we were there and took in some of the views. There's also plenty of board rental there and also surf schools that can teach you to surf. Unfortunately, while we were there seemed to be quite a few blue bottle jellyfish in the water, so we didn't actually go swimming in the ocean. Our hotel had a swimming pool, so we did our swimming there. We also did some nice afternoon and evening walks as well. After a week on the Gold Coast, our next stop was Australia's third largest city, Brisbane, which is about an hour away from the Gold Coast. Our first stop was the lookout there at Mount Cootha. I took Orn and Ananda there to give them a look at the city. It's got some great views, and there's also a cafe there where you can grab a meal and soak up the atmosphere. Then we headed to a playground to kill some time while we waited for my friend who we were staying with to finish work. The following day we visited Brisbane's cultural area, South Bank, right in the heart of the city. There's lots of cafes and restaurants there, lots of walking trails. You can even rent an electric scooter to explore the area. It's a great place for a walk where you can take in some great views of Brisbane city. There's also lots of fun stuff to do. There's a great water park. And there's also Australia's only inland beach. This is man-made, but it's quite beautiful and it's a great place for a free swim if you're in Brisbane. There are lots of boardwalks around there and heaps of areas to explore. There's also a big adventure park for children. This is also free. There's a boardwalk through a rainforest area as well. Again, it offers nice views of the city. There's also a hand-carved Nepalese pagoda, which has got some interesting carvings and a couple of naughty ones. Brisbane is a beautiful city right on the river. I actually lived and worked there for 8 years. The ferries in Brisbane, known as city cats, are a great way to get around and also offer some great views of Brisbane. After South Bank, we headed to a sushi restaurant to grab some lunch. While we're in Australia, Orn discovered she's got a bit of a taste for sushi, as well as loads of choices on the train. They also had a menu that you could choose from. The menu was actually on a tablet that they gave you, and it ordered things instantly from the kitchen. That night we headed back to the lookout at Mount Coot-tha to take in the views of Brisbane by night. Doesn't matter what time of the day or night you go there, generally Mount Coot-tha is pretty popular. It does offer some great views. It's also a really nice spot for a picnic at night. Next day we caught a city cat, did a round trip over its whole route, which cost us about $11 for the 3 of us and took about 2 hours. As I mentioned earlier, it's a great way to explore Brisbane. You can get off and on the city cat as many times as you want while you tour. Very comfortable and it's an awesome way to explore the city.
Jack it up.
Just past the South Bank Parklands is also the Kangaroo Point Cliffs, which are another nice place to explore. And across from that is the CBD. There's also a big botanical gardens, which is really beautiful. We can get off in the city and go for a walk there. Brisbane's also home to Australia's longest cantilever bridge, the Story Bridge. Plenty of places to take in the views from the city cat and stand or sit out the front or back, or you can also sit inside and look out the window. I suspect I know who's got the best view though.
Jack it up.
That night we took in the views of Brisbane from the top of the Kangaroo Point Cliffs. And the following day it was off back to Adelaide for a few more weeks there. Part 4 of our Australian holiday will be up tomorrow, so check back then. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.